Its own therapy modality, and it's really designed for people that may have not have been as successful in traditional services before, and they get a higher level of care, more visits with their staff, and it's a way to try something new if people haven't been as successful in some of our other services. One of the other new things we have too is Jammy Family. So that is located right behind Fred Meyer. And so we have a whole separate facility for working with youth. So I mean, from the pediatricians, starting at 18 months, we've got people covered for the span of their lives. And like I said, there's really not a lot of issues that I've run into that we haven't found some way to help people out.
So obviously, Jammy is doing a lot of good work for a lot of people. Specifically with the unit that you manage, how many folks do you help direct, and how many clients do you think you're helping out just directly?
So right now we've got 4 outpatient case managers, myself included. The rest of our case managers are kind of in specialized units. We've got staff over at the Forget Me Not Manor and the Housing First program. We have an in-house clinician there as well to help the residents there. We've got case managers over at Jammy Family program. I would say we have, between the 4 of us, there's probably 200 to 250 people on our active caseloads, and the food bank is a big part of that. We have a couple different trips that we take out there. Sometimes we're taking our clients out there to the food bank, helping them learn how to read nutrition labels, how to pair foods together to make a complete meal, talking about different ways to prepare food, and really developing those skills for them to be more independent. Some of our folks struggle to get out there, and we'll make a food box for them and deliver that to their house. But I know the food bank is a big resource for a lot of our clients, and really fills a need for a lot of the folks that we serve.
Well, we're happy to do that, and we couldn't do it without the fantastic support we get from just regular Juneau Eats, different stores here in town that donate to us every day. Shout outs to Fred Meyer's, to Foodland and Super Bear IGAs, to Cars Safeway, and to Costco. Guys, we couldn't do it without you. You can see in our Tuesdays and Thursday pantries alone how much support and donations you give us that goes to help people. This week alone in our 2 pantries, we had 150 people that we were directly helping out. So it goes a long way. There's a great need out there. One of the things I liked that Dennis was talking about was you have a program where you help people prepare meals and cooking. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so through our wellness department, one of the classes they're actually teaching right now is an intuitive eating class. And they also have a Good Eats group, and so they're teaching people new ways to prepare meals and pair meals together. From the case management front, when we are going out with people, we're really talking about making sure they have a way to store food that is going to keep things fresh, that we are selecting a variety of foods, so that if they want the chicken breast that's in the freezer, we say, hey, these green beans over here go really well with that together. Very nice. And can make a meal together. So just giving people some encouragement on that front as well.
Do you participate directly in the program?
Not in the wellness programs with the cooking.
Okay.
That's our wellness staff that runs that.
Well, that's cool. So It kind of goes back to some of the previous episodes that we've had. Sarah Lewis, one of my co-hosts, does a lot of talk on nutrition and trying to eat well, utilizing foods for the vitamin, mineral properties that are in there. So things that we normally have on a regular basis out at the food bank: tortillas, soups, beans, fish sticks. You may have seen some of our previous episodes when we demonstrated some of those great ways to cook things. So we'll have more of those for you in the future. We don't have a demo today, unfortunately, with the holidays. We're just a little crammed in with everything we're trying to get done. So right now, I'd like to see if there's any questions or comments from the audience. If we could answer any questions anybody might have about anything we've been talking about here today.
So you go out and you make house calls then to people too that aren't mobile?
Yeah, I mean, we Jamie's entire model is client-centered. So we are looking at ways that we can meet those clients' needs the best that we can. So I have some clients that when they need something, they make an appointment with me. They come into my office. We sit down. We fill out the paperwork. We make the phone calls. Whatever they're needing that day. Some clients struggle with that a little bit. So we'll talk on the phone together. We'll talk on Zoom together. We can conference in. If they need to talk with someone at Social Security, I'll call them. We'll conference in Social Security and have a conference call that way. We can, I can fill out forms for them while we're talking on the phone, and then I'll drive out to their house to get their signature on the things that we need. So it really is tailored to what that person needs. And sometimes someone that came into your office, 2-3 weeks ago, they're not up to doing that this week, and so we do our best to be flexible with that and try to meet our clients where they're at.
Any other questions? Not hearing any. Dennis, I understand that you guys also might be looking for some more help.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think just along with what we talked about, that when people think of Jamie, they sometimes, have the one service that they might have gotten, or their neighbor they know got this particular service there, and so that's all they think about what Jamie does. And we've really got that wide range of services. And I think the same thing happens when we're thinking about the folks that work with us at Jamie. You might know Jamie for one thing, and you think, well, I don't have that skill set to go work there. But Jamie's looking for people that have all sorts of skill sets. We've got all sorts of positions that you don't need necessarily to have experience in the mental health field, in the social services field to do. We've got maintenance people, we've got receptionists, we have accountants at Jamie, we've got lots of different positions, and really I think the biggest thing is just a desire to help folks in the community. That is probably the hardest skill to develop in someone. We can show you how to do all our computer systems. I can show you how to work the fax machine. We can teach you about all the different resources there. So check out our website. If you just Google Jamie Health and Wellness, it'll pop up. Have lots of different positions available on there.
So I've been managing the food bank about 2.5 years now. I've known Dennis for almost that entire time since he's been coming out there. Dennis does a lot of different things in the community besides Jamie. Dennis also helps coach the JYFL football team, who was just down in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, yeah.
And they had a great time down there.
Yeah, and we were able to help out with the Sharing is Caring food drive for some of our community service hours. And
they were a huge help unloading the buses after the food drive. That 22,000 pounds was pretty heavy, and it was good to have all those strong backs and all the kids out there helping us out, so that was nice. Dennis and myself were also in the military. Dennis was in the Army, so thank you for your service.
Absolutely, thank you.
I was in the Navy. Go Navy. They won the big football game this year, by the way. gotta rub it in.
For the first time in a while.
Yes, it was the first time in quite a few years. But, you know, we just want to say, hey, you know, it's not easy, definitely, being in the nonprofit world. You know, it doesn't necessarily draw attention like a lot of the other jobs, but it's so important. You know, this time of year, especially, you know, Jamie Health and Wellness, around the holidays, people have a hard time sometimes, and Jamie does a great job of helping them out. We try to do the same thing out at the food bank with helping as many people as we can. I'd remind folks that, hey, if you're struggling with your fuel bill or your electric bill or kids' clothes or whatever, and, you know, you need food assistance, don't be shy. Come out and see us, give us a call. Our website is simply seafb.org, and you can find out not only about our information, we also list every pantry in town that helps out and supports folks. So you can look on there, find that information out. We're putting some of the recipes from our previous shows on there too, plus future events that are going on too. I'm sure Jamie does the same thing with their website and gives people a lot of great information. So just to kind of wrap things up, Dennis, if you got anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, just that if you're interested in any services at Jamie, kind of the gateway to that is through our assessment process. We have walk-in assessments every Monday through Thursday, starting at 7:30 in the morning. We can take up to 3 people, and we do it first come, first serve. So even if you're that third person that comes in, they're going to give you time to come back, so you're not hanging out in our lobby. We do have a great selection of magazines, but it's still hanging out in our lobby most of your morning isn't what most people are looking forward to. But that's really our gateway to all those services. You know, you come in, talk to our assessing clinician, and they can get you started from there, get you into the services that you need, the services you want, and kind of like what Chris was saying, you know, we work hard to try to eliminate stigma associated with getting help for mental health issues. You know, no one's ashamed to go to the doctor when they break their arm. No one should be ashamed to get help if they need help with resources, if they're struggling with their mental health, with their emotions. No one should be ashamed getting help for that. So yeah, those are open Monday through Thursday, every single week. And we try to make it as easy a process as possible. Usually, at least on the case management front, so when we're talking about accessing resources, getting to the food bank, you know, we help people apply for a lot of those, you know, fuel assistance, rental assistance. We can usually see someone that same week that they get their assessment, at least on the case management level.
Nice. Well, that's some great information. Again, thank you, Dennis, for being here.
Absolutely.
Happy New Year, everyone. Merry Christmas. We'll see you in the new year. Thanks again for joining us on Juneau Eats.